Hey everyone, this is Friedel Courage Raven, and I'm back with my recap and review of Claws season number 3, episode number 7, which is titled Chicken. So the episode opens up with this weird, enjoyable comedic scene where we see what's happening in Desna's mind, and the title is Blue Chairs. And this is actually where Desna and the Lovestones talk about Dean's adoption, that he's been legally adopted by the Lovestones, and Desna isn't happy about it. Then, because everyone is involved with the Macau triads, Desna doesn't want any harm to come to her crew. So she actually asks her crew to sit this one out, and that she'll be working with Roller to figure out how to get back at the Lovestones and keep everyone safe. And of course, her crew isn't happy about the idea because they want to help Desna. And Polly comes into Desna's office and she apologizes for keeping her relationship with Joe a secret. And Desna isn't happy about it, but Polly is like, I'm in deep. I have feelings for Joe, but rest assured, Joe won't ever come before you and the other girls. And Polly actually offers her help. And Desna is like, you know what? Yeah, I guess you can use Joe to keep an eye on the Lovestones and actually keep me safe. So we see Quiet Anne and Arlene at the hospital and they're listening to the baby's heartbeat. Then over at the casino, Roller tells Desna that he has her back and that he'll talk to Dean when he can. But right now, Desna needs to reach out to Dean, and she does. And we get this weird little interaction or story time where Desna tells Dean that there was a family that wanted to adopt Dean, but Desna's the one who put a stop to it by burning up the kitchen because Desna understood how much attention needed as a child. Dean needed as a child because of his condition, and Desna just didn't want Dean to be adopted by a family that wouldn't give him the attention that he needs. And this can come across as very manipulative or emotionally selfish. But I can kind of understand where Desna was coming from. Then the Lovestones we get a scene with the Lovestones, and Back actually likes Dean, but yeah, Melba doesn't want anything to do with Dean, and she reminds Mac that stick to the plan, and the plan is that after Dean has won the Mahjong tournament, they're going to kill Dean and run away with the money. So Desna tells the Lovestones that Roller is going to be in charge of the club, which is, I guess, called the hunting ground, and they can't do anything about it. So Polly ends up going back to Joe, and Joe is very skeptical about it at first because he's like, if you missed me, why did you give back my gift? But Polly is able to make him believe her. So Jen is okay with Virginia going on a date with Eric. But before that conversation could go any further, Bryce comes in and Bryce tells Jen that there's a publisher that wants to make Get It a book, and Jen is very happy about it. Then over at the hunting ground, Roller asks Dean to help him figure out how to make this, to have a party hype and all of that. And Dean is like, I need to get back to the Mahjong tournament. And Dean is like, you can get back to it later, but you need to help me out. And they end up deciding that Dean will get his crew back, and then the male dancers are going to dance at the hunting ground. So the twins are back, and they end up giving Desna the money because, according to Trip, now Desna is responsible for washing the money, but Desna doesn't know how to use the casino to wash the money. So she goes to Melba for help, and Melba actually is enjoying Desna asking her for help. And we get this little scene where it turns out that the Lovestones have been using an old woman to wash the money right there in the casino. So Quiet Anne ends up talking to her brother Henry, and Henry is very worried about running for mayor and his opposition is Vikram Patel. And Quiet Anne ends up telling Henry about Vikram Patel's incriminating bribe situation and creating private prisons. And the moment Anne ended up telling Henry all of the information, you just knew that Henry was going to tell someone else. So Polly is training Dean and his dancers, and Joe comes in, and Joe is visibly jealous of Dean because the Lovestones ended up adopting Dean, and now Polly is giving Dean all of the attention. But yeah, Joe is very insecure, so you can tell that Polly is going to use that insecurity somehow. So over at the publisher ends up giving Bryce $25,000 for his book, and you just knew there was something weird happening here. So Dean and his dancers end up giving a very awesome performance, and Desna asks Polly about Joe, and Polly tells Desna that Joe isn't in the inner circle anymore. He doesn't really know anything that the Lovestones are doing. And Desna is like, does this mean that the Lovestones actually like Dean? But yeah, she's unsure about it. So Desna tries to talk to Dean again at the club, and this time it goes much better. So yeah, the scene that we all knew was going to come after Vikram Patel ends up pressuring Henry to come out in front of everyone in public. Henry ends up accusing Vikram Patel about the bribes, and yeah, quite, and the Lovestones, Desna, everyone is watching this occur, and now they're in deep trouble with the Macau triads. Polly goes to Joe again, and there's a weird conversation where Polly is like, Joe, I am attracted to you because there's a darkness inside me that wants to be closer to you, and I can't make myself not be with you. And this was a very weird scene. I just hope that Joe doesn't make Polly do something that can harm Desna down the line. So Dr. Ken seems to be on his own weird little story inside the show, and his previous clients want Dr. Ken to start dealing again. And Uncle Daddy is flirting it up with Jen's mother, and Jen's mother is like, do you think Toby is going to be okay with this? And Uncle Daddy is like, I'm going to try and ease Toby into it. And yeah, Toby isn't going to be eased into anything. He's not happy about Uncle Daddy hooking up with Jen's mother, and he actually tells Uncle Daddy that he needs to make a choice. It's either Jen's mom or Toby. So Virginia and Eric are on a date, and it turns out that they're in the same restaurant that Eric and Jen used to come to. And it's clear that Eric isn't over Jen now, currently. And Jen and Bryce end up coming to the same restaurant because it turns out that Bryce's book promotion thing is happening in the same restaurant. And they actually invite Eric and Virginia to come to the presentation. Desna finds Quiet Anne. You know what? I'm not going to call her Quiet Anne anymore because she ain't quiet. So I'm going to call her Anne. So Desna finds Anne hiding at the salon, and Anne is like, you know what? Yeah, I screwed up. I know what my brother did. Yeah, we have to do something. So Desna takes Anne away. And in the car, Anne is like, I'm not going to go into hiding. And Desna is like, you have to take my advice. You have to listen to me. And the Lovestones call Desna, and Desna lies about where Anne is. And Lovestones are like, you know what? We are searching for Anne too. So Toby goes to Ken's clinic, and he takes some drugs, and he actually tells Dr. Ken that he needs to start dealing again because Uncle Daddy wouldn't even notice. And because Ken is short on money, he actually considers the idea. So Joe gets the order from the Lovestones to kill Anne, and Polly actually uses her relationship to stop Joe from killing Anne. So that's something good that Polly did. So over at the book promo thing, it was a very funny scene because it turned out that these people are white supremacists, and they think that the book that Bryce wrote was actually about white superiority. And it was very weird because Eric and Virginia were there, and also I don't think these waiters are white. So a physical altercation occurs, and Jen gets hit, and Jen ends up beating up the publisher. It was a very funny scene. So Arlene comes to Anne, and they hug it out, and Arlene tells Anne that she's going to figure out what to do by using her standing as an FBI agent. And Arlene doesn't want, Anne doesn't want Arlene to become a dirty cop because of her, but Arlene is like, we have no other choice, especially because of the baby on the way. So Desna tries to talk to Dean again, and she tells Dean about the Lovestones wanting to kill Anne, and Dean is like, you know what, Desna, I don't believe you. So Dr. Ken is back to dealing. And over at the Lovestones, Desna is surprised to see Arlene already there. And Arlene's plan is that she can make everything go away, and she can pin it on Vikram Patel if the Lovestones and Desna do what Arlene tells them to do. And everyone agrees to Arlene's plan, but before it can go any further, the professor comes in, and he ends up killing Arlene right in front of Desna and the Lovestones. And yeah, Desna and the Lovestones are in big trouble. As far as Arlene's death is concerned, I mean, the writers couldn't kill anyone from Desna's crew, so it made sense that Arlene had to go, even though I am sad about it because Arlene is a likable character. And yeah, let's see how Desna ends up sharing the news about Arlene's death to Anne. And because, I mean, it's Anne's fault that this is even happening, that she told her brother, and her brother ended up blurting it all out on public TV. Yeah. I'll be doing a written review of this for the Geekiary. The link to that will be down in the comment section below. Let me know what you thought about Claw season number 3, episode number 7, Chicken. Are you looking forward to the 3 more episodes that are going to be released? Yeah, let's just see what happens next. And until next time, stay happy, stay safe, stay blessed, and I'll see you guys later.